Yo everyone, thanks for joining me once again for Larry's full card betting guide. This weekend we have UFC Fight Night Usman vs Buckley to watch, and I'm keen to go through some of my own bets and ideas for betting opportunities for the card. I'll be going through absolutely everything in this betting guide, from who I picked to win each fight, my own strong favorites and solid underdogs, my favorite lock of the card and underdog lock of the card, and to finish off, I will walk you guys through all of my own personal bets, just so you can see what I've decided to do with all my research I've put into the card. As always, timestamps are in the description and the comment section below if you guys want to skip to anything in particular, so without further ado, let's jump into it. What you're looking at here are the lists of favorites and underdogs for the entire card. These are the ones that I've picked, and like I always say, this is just to show you guys who I actually ended up picking to win on this card and how many of those picks were underdogs and favorites. If you haven't come here for my full card predictions and breakdown video for this card where I talk in detail about all my reasoning for all my fighter picks, please go and check that out if you want some additional information on why I've made the picks that I've made. And if you have come from that video, like I always say, thanks for supporting the channel and watching both the videos, guys. I appreciate it. I will now highlight in green who my picks were for this card, and as you can see, I've chosen majority favorites on this card this time around, and honestly, a lot of fights on this card aren't that close. I feel like they've got pretty heavy favorites on the card. I can't see too many arguments for too many underdogs winning on this card, so that's why I've chosen the majority favorites. Let's move on to the strong favorites I've picked out for the card now, and as you can see here, for the strong favorites section, I've picked Ricky Simone, Malcolm Wellmaker, Rodolfo Bellato, and Mansour Abdul-Malik. The numbers next to the fighters' names are just the return you'll get on them if you were to bet on them. So for example, if you were to bet $1 on Rodolfo Bellato to win, and you see that 1.25 next to his name, it means if you bet $1 on him, you would actually receive 25 cents back on top of your initial bet. And an $100 bet would net you a $25 profit overall. And for my American viewers, as far as I know, when he has the minus 400 next to his name, that's how much money you have to bet on the fighter to win $100 profit on your bet. Anyways, guys, now to jump into the solid underdogs I've chosen for this card. I've personally chosen Phil Rowe, Cody Durden, Court McGee, and Cody Garbrandt as my picks for solid underdogs on the card. I'll explain more on why I have picked them when I get into the bets for this card, but for now, let's move on to my locks of the card. But if you want to know more in general about each of the fights, like I already said earlier, go check out my full card predictions and breakdown of every fight on the card. I'll put a link to that video somewhere here. Now that we're on to my locks of the card section of the video, I do want to highlight that last week we did end up winning the favorite lock of the card and the underdog lock of the card, which I'm pretty happy about. I do hope that we win this one this week too. I have ended up choosing Malcolm Wellmaker as my favorite lock of the card this time. There's a lot of very heavy favorites on this card, and Malcolm Wellmaker might be the heaviest favorite on the card, and that's for a reason, guys. It really just feels like Chris Moutinho is being fed to the wolves here on his UFC return, and I see this ending in a first round KO for Wellmaker. Although Chris has been winning, and it's an impressive win streak, he's also on a finish streak, I believe, he hasn't really fixed the main issues he's had before he even got cut from the UFC. It's more so that the competition just decreased for him, and he's having an easier time walking through his opponents. Anyways, guys, that's the pick. Let's move on to the underdog lock of the card now, and this was a pretty hard one to pick this week. I actually struggled to pick many underdogs in general this week, and I'm really only choosing between two people here. And I just have to say, I just really do think that Court McGee has a very solid chance to get the upset as a moderate underdog in this fight, and it's just because stylistically, it seems like a poor matchup for Chiesa. McGee's never been finished by sub, Chiesa has 0 KOs, and if Court stuffs the takedowns or defends submissions and this fight stays on the feet the majority of the time, this seems like a relatively easy time for him since Chiesa has like literally no striking, guys, in my opinion. That's my takeaway from this matchup, guys. Let's move on now to the personal bets I have on this card. And here they are, my current personal bets I have on this card, so you guys can check them all out. This week is probably the most units I've outlaid to date, but it's just because I'm looking to either go big or go home, so to speak, since there's been a few break-even weeks so far. There are many different types of bets scattered throughout here, and I've actually split them all up for you guys, so it's a little bit easier to see. So I'll run you through all of them now, but you guys who do watch the videos all the time probably have noticed something, and that is there is no hidden bet this week, which is usually the subscribers bet of the week. This week there was no bet in the comment section, which is fine. That does happen, but if you guys do want to be a part of the betting guides by becoming the subscribers bet of the week, just make sure you put your favorite bet for next week's card into my next predictions and breakdown video, which will be for UFC Fight Night Hill vs Roundtree Jr. That video should come out a day or two after the Usman vs Buckley fight card wraps up. so make sure you put your bet in the comments on that video. I'll finally jump into reading the bets now for you guys. Let's start with all the specific props here. I've got Rodolfo Bellato by KO, Malcolm Wellmaker by round 1 or round 2 KO here, Mansour Abdul-Malik by round 1 KO, Edmund Shabazian by round 1 KO, we've got a lot of round 1 KOs here, and lastly, Joaquin Buckley by round 2, 3, or 4 KO. The finish bets are self-explanatory. I think a lot of these guys get finishes by KO, and when they do hurt their opponents, I do think it's going to be early a good amount of the time. Now we can move on to the main bets I have here, starting off with the underdog lock of the card. I do have a unit on Court McGee, and I've already explained a bit on why that is. I also have a bet on Cody Garbrandt. I'm believing in No Love once again, guys. I'm hoping he can stuff the takedowns and knock this guy out on the feet. Next up is a parlay for the 2 ladies' fights. I've got Rose Namajunas plus Jamie Lynn Hort to win their fights. I just really think they should get it done fairly easily a good amount of the time here. I'd be pretty surprised to see both these girls lose on the weekend, especially Rose Namajunas, but she has disappointed me in the past before. I decided to also add back in my main card as a parlay, which is pretty risky. That's why I've highlighted it there, but we are putting a low amount on that one. It does include Omar Sy, Mansour Abdul-Malik, Cody Garbrandt, Edmund Shabazian, Rose Namajunas, and Joaquin Buckley. Now, the last bet I've got here is just my full confident picks list, which is on my predictions and breakdown video for this card as a parlay, which is Ricky Simone, Malcolm Wellmaker, Rodolfo Bellato, and Mansour Abdul-Malik. I'm hoping most of these bets do well this weekend, guys, and good luck to anyone placing their own bet creations on this card as well. That's really it, guys, for Larry's full card betting guide for UFC Fight Night, Usman vs. Buckley. If you like the videos and want to see more of it, please let me know in the comments below, and make sure you like the video, of course, guys. Also, if you have any genuine questions for me regarding anything about the UFC or any other video ideas you'd like to see from me, feel free to let me know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.